Everyone, this is the Any Given Sunday podcast. We will be your hosts. I'm Hunter. This is Tyler. We are both from Greenville, Texas. Subscribe on YouTube or wherever you're watching this. But we will be live on Kick every Monday. Tyler, what are we cooking up today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be going over NFL. We're going to be going over, what we think, we think it's going to be the sleeper teams, teams that are taking a step back. We're going to be going over fantasy. One of our leagues we're in, it's called Any Given Sunday. We're going to be ranking those teams. We're going to be going over who we think's a sleeper or multiple sleepers in that league, who's going to be maybe taking a step forward. So we're also going to be going over UFC card this upcoming weekend, and then we're also going to be going through the NBA free agency. So that'll be really fun. And you're muted.
Yeah, I was making sure our audio was good. I'm gonna go ahead crack open a future sponsor, Red Bull.
Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and lead right into it. We're gonna start with NFL today. We're gonna pick our sleeper AFC teams. Tyler, I'm gonna let you start.
All right, so my definition of sleeper, they could have been a playoff team last year. Just because you made it to the wild card round doesn't mean you did anything. We watched Beastquake, back in the day. They had a losing record and they made playoffs. So the Saints were kind of bad that year, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, for my sleeper teams in the NFL, we're gonna start with the NFC. I went with the Saints for one. I think the addition of Derek Carr. I know he wasn't great in Vegas last year, but I think he'll be a little bit better. I think he's gonna be better. I think they have a solid defense, as always. I think they were 7-9 last year, or 8-9 last year, 7-10. So they were on the brink of making playoffs with God knows who at quarterback. I really don't even know who's the
Me.
quarterback.
It was me.
Exactly. I think they have solid running backs. They got Kendre Miller out of TCU. He was really good last year. They also have Jamal Williams they added in free agency. And then they do
My
have Alvin
boy.
Kamara if he plays. I don't know if he's going to play or not, or how much he's going to
Yeah,
play.
he's
I
gonna be
would
playing with
guess.
Nelly.
Yeah, I mean, what are we calling the meme machines? There we go. So yeah, I also have Detroit Lions in there. I think a lot of people are giving them shit for. A lot of people were giving them uh a lot of them were giving them flack for taking Gibbs at 14 in the draft, but I mean, DeAndre Swift just wasn't getting it done there on the ground. So I think Gibbs is going to bring a whole new dynamic. I think they were on the brink of playoffs too. I mean, I think it all came down to had somebody lost last week of the season, they could have made playoffs.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a big move too. Like you're like, well, we see this guy, he's a good running back, but he just can't stay healthy. So we're gonna have to move on from him. They obviously know they have a good team that can make it, where
and
they
it,
want to
and it,
go.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, I kind of feel that like I've been saying that about Tua too, but I mean, it's kind of like that's the Dolphins are setting up for a Super Bowl run, and they have an unreliable quarterback, but kind of the same thing, just a different team.
And I actually have Miami as another sleeper team. They were the wild card team I was talking about that I think is going to take that step forward. They added Bradley Chubb via trade. They drafted well. They got Jalen Ramsey from the Rams. Like they're setting up to potentially have a good run. I would be shocked honestly if they weren't at least AFC Championship this year. I mean, it all comes down to Tua though. Like you said, he's got to stay healthy, or it's just going to be the same story every year. So, and I'll go over my last team, and then we're gonna shift it over to Hunter and let us know what his sleeper teams are. So, my last team, I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. They had a lackluster year last year, and I know it's easy to put the blame on Russell Wilson, but honestly, I think what it comes down to is Nathaniel Hackett. That's my opinion, though. He has Sean Payton now. We know what Sean Payton can do with a good quarterback, and Denver always has a solid defense. So I think Denver's a sleeper team to watch out for too. I don't think they're gonna go to AFC Championship or anything like I did before last season, but I do think they'll be definitely in the mix for playoffs. Definitely, probably a wild card or divisional round team. So
I like that. I like that. So I'm over here looking at the NFC teams because y'all know, y'all will find out. I don't like I do everything spot on, so I for some reason didn't think. So I want to say Green Bay is my sleeper team for the NFC. I was gonna say Seattle, but I mean they, you know, we made playoffs because it was Geno Tom. I think Green Bay is a good sleeper team. Now, I mean, they're not going to make it far. I think they'll sneak in barely to the playoffs, but I think they have a lot against them right now. No one really knows what Jordan Love's going to do. That backfield is kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say sketchy. They have two really great backs, but we just don't know who's going to come out leading that. I feel like they're going to have a pretty good defense. I feel like they'll barely sneak in, but I think a lot of people are really sleeping on Jordan Love, and I'm a big Jordan Love fan. I mean, I've seen him throw probably, I mean, one touchdown pass, but it was an amazing touchdown pass that probably sold me on his career. I mean, they're obviously not going to do as good, you know, without Aaron Rodgers, but they're also in a division with the Bears. And y'all know how I feel about the Vikings. They'll probably win the division and lose in the first round. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of love, hope for Jordan Love. I was looking at all the other teams. I mean, I think I think Detroit has a really good team. I guess you could consider the Rams a sleeper team, but I mean, they got, you know, they got a squad, so that's just I feel like they just weren't healthy last year. So I'm gonna go with Green Bay in the NFC, and with the AFC, we are going to go with. Let's take a look through here. Can you call the Jets a sleeper team? Is it
yeah, I
appropriate
mean,
to call the Jets a sleeper team? But they didn't. They didn't make. No, what were they? One game off playoffs last year? Two, three? Were they in the
not.
bubble? Like, were they
I,
like
I want to
contending
say
towards the end of the
they
season?
they went. Let's see, they went 7-10. So I mean, I guess, but
They
they're
were like,
you're in a killer division. They were. I mean, they had the
yeah,
Dolphins,
Dolphins, Patriots,
Bills,
Bills.
all above them.
Yeah.
So
Um yeah, I'm going to pick the Jets as my sleeper team. I mean, it's the Green Bay Jets now, but that's a good division, like to go from one of the bottom teams the past 2 years to definitely making playoffs, potentially winning the division. Not a lot of y'all know. I hate the Bills. No, I don't hate the Bills. I feel like the Bills are, you know,
they're hard to root for.
yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, Josh Allen, I think he's a good quarterback. Um, they're gonna have a lot of falling out this year. I think they probably need to trade Stephon Diggs because I feel like that's gonna cause pretty big problems in the locker room throughout the year. It's already starting to trend upward as a problem. The Patriots, they have too many quarterback problems. I do think Mac Jones is going to take a step this year, hopefully. I think he's going to take a step this year and they're going to be a little bit better. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, the Jets, you know, they have all those young guys, and Aaron Rodgers is hopefully not going to, you know, bring his hallucinogens and toxicity over to the Jets. Uh,
Hopefully,
yeah. I do think it's a double. What do they say? A double-edged sword.
yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers is a good thing right now for the Jets. If they don't win a
Until they
super,
start losing,
yeah, if they don't win a Super
yep.
Bowl with him, I think it's going to be bad when he retires because you're back in that same situation. You're not going to have a quarterback. You're going to have a lot of young guys that want to get paid, and they're probably going to leave. So
Hmm.
I think they're going to end up hurting in the end for it because I don't think they'll get it done. There's just too much
You
talent
know,
in the AFC to, yeah,
I mean, as long as Burrow and Mahomes are in the AFC, it's gonna be
yeah,
it's gonna be very random whenever a team that's not one of them. I think wins that conference and goes to the Super Bowl. Because
Definitely.
Burrow has shown in his first 2 years that you know he's he's gonna compete. As long as he has his guys out there.
Yeah.
I don't. If say they don't have Mixon back next year, which all signs are leaning towards him coming back. But say he doesn't have Mixon, I still think they're not gonna have any issues.
Well, that offense doesn't even. They could probably mix in. Uh, there's a lot of running backs that could just run that offense. If you
Yeah,
can catch the ball, then I mean,
I mean,
as a Mixon owner, that scares me. But
yeah.
I feel like anyone can kind of run the ball out of that offense. But
So let's
yeah,
let's actually let's go ahead and shift towards that since we were talking about the Jets. Let's go ahead and rank that AFC East division. I'll let you go ahead and start out with that, and let's
AFC
just go
East.
ahead.
That's
That's
Jets.
Jets,
Okay, okay.
Jets, Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins.
So
You can rank them from let's go fourth to first. Let's
fourth to
just go ahead
first.
and yep.
So at the bottom, I'm gonna have Patriots. You got a great coach in Bill Belichick, but young quarterback still. Even if he does take that step, who's he taking that step with? Juju, um, and a
They
bunch
lost
of other,
Jacoby,
yeah, a bunch of other makeshift receivers. They have,
Tyquan Thornton,
yeah, they have decent tight ends, but what the last 2 years they had uh Hunter Henry and
Jonu Smith,
Jonnu Smith.
Jonu,
That's
yeah.
too great. When that happened, I was like, they just got two of the top free agent tight ends, which was crazy. Um, the defense is always going to be good, but not great to get them to where they need to be. Um, so I'm going Patriots at 4. At three, I'm gonna go. God, this is hard. This is a lot harder than I thought it was about to be.
A tough division, honestly.
Yeah,
It's just it
like
reminds me
it's like
honestly of the Chiefs division last year, right? Nobody.
yeah.
We should have known the Chiefs were going to finish first, but nobody was picking them to win the division.
Well, yeah,
And if they
because
were,
last year was the year, right? They like the Raiders made their signings. Like it was like
hmm
everyone was in that division was signing to beat
was
the
getting better,
Chiefs. Yeah.
and the
And the
Chiefs
Chiefs
didn't
kind of
do
just they
anything.
signed Juju.
They lost Tyreek,
Yeah, they lost Tyreek and they signed Juju.
so
And we were
everyone
like,
was
well,
like,
time to see if Patrick Mahomes is really him.
"He
And
is."
he is. Um
Uh,
uh yeah, Patriots at the bottom. Third, I'm gonna go. So we're gonna do this with injuries turned off, okay? We're gonna do this with injuries turned off in my like on my end. Third, I'm gonna go probably. Oh my gosh, this is a lot harder than I thought.
I'll go ahead and give you my fourth. You can think of your third if you want from me. I
Okay,
can go ahead.
okay,
My
okay.
fourth is also the Patriots. I don't think Mac's good enough to. I think they're gonna win 7, 8 games. The defense is gonna be good as always. I think they had the fantasy related. I think they had the number one defense in fantasy last year again. Um, I just don't think Mac's got enough weapons around him, and he's not good enough to elevate the weapons he does have around him. So I have the Patriots as fourth as well. You got to play the Jets, Dolphins, Bills 6 times. I think they might win 2 of those. They might go 2-4. It might be
Yeah.
worse. I don't know. I just don't think Mac's good enough to get it done, and I think he doesn't have the weapons around him to get it done. So I have the Patriots fourth as well.
Okay. Um this hurts me because this is a division with all the teams in the AFC. It's hard to say this too. This you could have 3 playoff teams out of this, but it's kind of hard to say that when you have a division like with the Ravens, Browns, and I guess the Steelers probably. Mm. I'm gonna say Jets. No, I'm gonna say Bills at 3. I'm gonna stick to what I said. I think that team's gonna have a fall off year. Um, because I just think there's stuff going on in the locker room they don't want to talk about. It's really not getting out. We've already seen Diggs want to request a trade and then not really request a trade. I mean, I just feel like he doesn't want to be there. The the backfield, the running backs, that's iffy. Like Josh Allen already runs enough. He's gonna have to run more this year. I mean, you have James Cook, who I'm a big believer in, but I
And
mean,
Damian
he's
Harris.
yeah. Damian Harris is a good red zone back,
I just
but
feel they haven't shown the ability to run the football
yeah, they
either.
don't have anyone that's going to consistently run the rock other than Josh Allen. So I'm going to go Bills at 3. Do you want to pick your 3 or do you want me to keep?
My 3 is also Buffalo. I already had it set. I already thought about. I was thinking about this stuff last night, kind of having an idea of
Yeah,
not even just this division, but all the divisions really. I put the Bills at 3, pretty much the same reasons. I haven't heard Josh Allen got surgery, so was he injured or not? If he wasn't, why was he turning the ball over so much? Can he get that under control? Um, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. The Jets, like we said, got better. So Jets got better. Dolphins got better. The Bills added a tight end in the first round. Not that that's a bad idea, but I
yeah,
guess really it'll come down to maybe his impact. Honestly, is how good is Dalton Kincaid?
yeah.
Can can
My
he
bad.
make a
I'll let you finish. Yeah.
difference? Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
I like I said, I was watching the Kelsey brothers last night. Um, and they were talking about Travis Kelsey does this thing called Todd End You. I don't know if he does it or if he just like participates in it. It's a bunch of Todd ends in the NFL get together. They kind of help each other. He was talking about how he's going to be one of the top blockers this year. We know that's a lie.
He's on the field. He's not blocking. Matter of fact, I can tell you how many times I watched him come off the field because they were running the football.
they yeah, he was talking about he said, "Yeah, I'm going to be one of the top blockers this year." And I was like, "No, yeah, I wouldn't put money on that." He was talking about how he's not a top 5 tight end cuz he can't block. Um but they said Dalton Kincaid is going to be kind of like a hybrid tight end, which this is why I was wondering why they drafted him. I guess Dawson Knox is pretty good at blocking, but they said he's more of like a receiver tight end, so he'll probably kind of like they would do Gronk, they would put him outside and stuff like that. So, I mean, I still thought it was a bad pick, especially with, their I mean, who's their wide receiver too?
Gabriel Davis.
Who is really iffy.
He's had one good game in his entire career
Yeah, and it was
in
in
the
the
AFC
playoffs.
Championship.
um Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I'd have to go back and look who was there. Maybe Dalton Kincaid was the best pick, but I definitely they need wide receiver depth, or at least a star because I just I don't think Diggs is going to be there when the season starts. We'll see, but yeah, that's my 3. 2, I'm going to go with the Jets. They're young. They got a great defense, great offense, but youth always has to learn. There's always stuff to learn. Um, I Aaron Rodgers is not. I've heard is not a great locker room guy. So we'll see. I mean, when you're young like that, you need good locker room guys behind you. I'm sure they're going to respect Aaron. I've heard he's already been out there throwing to people. They have great running back. Great. They have a solid young offense, solid young defense. I just think that obviously number one they're going to fall short too because that team is, in my opinion, insane. Is your number 2 or what are you going with on your number 2?
My number 2 is also the Jets. I mean, you add Aaron Rodgers. I know that they weren't great last year, but I really question how motivated was he to have another good year in Green Bay and you know potentially be stuck there another year if he was too good. I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs. But yeah, I have them as number 2 as well. I think they'll win 10, 11 games. You know, they have solid weapons. Everyone is expecting Garrett Wilson to take that leap. You got Brees Hall coming back for week 1. And you added some guys around Aaron that he's already used to with Lazard. That's one of them. Uh, they had the tight end. What was his name? I can't think of his name.
Um
Did they add him?
Yeah,
Robert
they added
Tunyon.
Tanyan. Yeah.
Yeah, so they added some Green Bay guys around Aaron to make him happy, I guess. I
I
don't know.
think they had a I mean, who's their tot in
They
before
still have
they added
they still
him?
have they have Tonklin
Yeah,
Conklin,
yeah,
and he
Conklin.
was number 2 on that team in
Yeah.
targets last year, which is crazy. I mean, I'm guessing Garrett Wilson was number 1, but
Well, yeah.
yeah. So, and I'll go ahead and let you know. Obviously, the number 1 for both of us is Dolphins. I'll let him
Mhm.
explain why he thinks. But yeah, you add Jalen Ramsey. They added Bradley Chubb. You still got the same Tyreek Hill, Waddle weapons. They drafted a running back. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Arcane. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be. He's a little bit smaller, which is a lot of people have
They
complained
did
about.
say he has gained
Yeah,
significant weight.
and the other running backs were gassing him up, saying how fast he is. So we'll see. I think Miami's gonna win that division though. It's their division to lose, in my opinion. They have the most
Yeah.
talent on that team, and everyone loves Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels? No, Mike. I can't think of his name. I'm not even gonna try. Either way, everyone loves him. He's a good coach. So
Definitely.
yeah, I
He's a
think
really
Dolphins.
big locker room guy. Like you can tell everyone loves him. Like he said, we both went Dolphins. Like we did this with injuries off, guys. So
Well,
no concussions.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Also, like for all we know, literally the Patriots could finish first because the other teams in the division get demolished with injuries. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna happen, but
Definitely.
it's possible. And yeah. So speaking of Buffalo finishing third, let's talk about the teams that are taking a step back that we think are taking a step back.
Before we talk
Uh,
about that, I do want to shout out the 3 follows we've got. We do see that and we do appreciate it. We enjoy y'all
yes.
listening.
So yeah, teams taking a step back. Buffalo, definitely. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into it. We literally just talked about how they're going to finish third in the division and why.
Yes.
So that's the same reason I think they're going to take a step back. And honestly, this other one that I'm about to name is going to probably shock y'all. Y'all are probably going to think I'm crazy. I don't know. I think this can be crazy. I know. I think Philly's going to take a step back this year. I don't know if it's going to be injuries or what. I just get that feeling. And also, no team's won that division 2 years in a row in like 20 years.
True.
I think, I don't, it could be Jalen Hurts. It could be somebody. I think there's going to be, and I
Fantasy, please
honestly,
don't be Jalen
I,
Hurts.
I don't
God.
wish, I don't wish it on Philly. I really don't.
Yeah.
I like a lot of players on that team.
Mm-hmm.
I just think something's going to happen. It could be injury. It could just be they underperform. I don't know. It could be Jalen Hurts' struggles. I don't know. Because I don't wish injury on anybody. But I think Philly's going to take a step back. I don't know how far of a step
I would
back. I
say
mean,
how far of a step
you
back
know,
though.
maybe they lose in the wild card.
Okay.
They win 10 games and lose in the wild card. I don't know.
Okay.
They're not gonna. I don't think they'll perform up to the standards because everyone's talking about what they've added. Right? They
Mm-hmm.
drafted well. They're the Georgia Eagles. They got DeAndre Swift. So they have no reason to take a step back. But
Yeah.
that's the thing though. Like anything under 12, 13 wins is a step back in my opinion. So I think they'll take a step back. Again, I don't wish injury on them or Buffalo or anybody. I just think they are not going to live up to the standards that they set for themselves, really. So
So was that
that was my two teams, Buffalo
okay,
and Philly.
Buffalo and
I
Philly?
picked one for each conference.
Okay, okay.
Buffalo's kind of cheap. I kind of cheated on that one. Everyone kind of assumes Buffalo.
Let's see. I mean, I want to go with Buffalo too. Like I said, I put them at 3. That's a huge step back. They won the division last year. And I think they really won the division because Tua had 5 concussions. So
Because Miami did beat them earlier in the
yes.
year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you got your quarterback out, I don't know how
Yeah.
many games he missed, but
I think
when he's always out,
6 at least.
it messes
8.
up chemistry, it messes up game planning, it messes up a lot of
I
things.
know his
So
first concussion, he was out 4 weeks.
no, it was the second one. Remember, they said he came back too early and he got hurt on Thursday Night Football against
Yeah.
somebody, and then he missed multiple weeks.
Yeah.
So I
'Cause
think
we
he'll
had
stay
like
healthy
2
this
weeks
year,
of
but
we had 2 weeks of Teddy, then we had a week
Tyler
of
Thompson.
Thompson, and then we had like Teddy and Skyler switching out. Um so yeah, I'm gonna go Bills as my sleep or as my fallback. NFC team or AFC team. Now my NFC team, I mean, I can see that happening to the Eagles. I don't want to count that as a super step back just because I think
They could miss playoffs too, though.
I, I've been if they miss playoffs,
That would
boy,
be
I'm down
insane.
bad.
That would be
Oh,
insane.
I'm selling my fantasy
I
team.
mean, it could just be the defense. The defense isn't good.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't really lose anybody that's too big of a deal on defense. I mean, who did
yeah,
they lose? Gardner Johnson. Did they lose him? I think they did.
yeah, I think
They lost
so.
him, and they lost another corner or safety. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head because I don't keep up with Philadelphia like
Well, what's
that.
his
But
name was gonna leave, but they re-signed him.
Slay. I know
No,
they kept Bradbury.
what's his name? Another older dude.
I have no idea. I
Yeah,
can't think off the top of my
it's
head.
yeah,
Either way. But yeah, go ahead and with your NFC
yeah.
team.
I was gonna say, I mean, I've been telling the Cowboys fans, guys, I'm a bartender. If y'all didn't know that, we forgot to do our super introductions. It's okay. I talk a lot of sports. Um, so I tell all the Cowboys fans at work, if I was to say it's y'all's year, this is the year to say that. So
There's no
um,
reason.
there's no reason for it to
And
not be
last year there
y'all's
was no
year.
reason, honestly. If it wasn't for Philly being, I mean, y'all didn't even
Yeah,
play Philly in the playoffs.
and the
So
NFC just is it's bad this year, like compared to the AFC. So if
I
y'all don't at least make the Super Bowl, I'm giving every Cowboys fan free pass. Choose another team.
pick another team,
Yeah,
please,
it's
please.
not fair to y'all.
It's not gonna happen, bro. If it doesn't happen this year, it's not gonna
No,
happen.
because after this year, they have to pay. Y'all got to realize they're about to have to pay CD and um Parsons like at the same time.
Yep. And then
They
they're
haven't
gonna have to
paid CD yet,
decide.
have they? CD's
Nope.
still yeah,
I'm pretty sure. And they're gonna have to decide if they're gonna pay Pollard and keep him around, or if they're gonna go
yeah.
draft another running back,
Pa-
or
y'all are about to have to pay Pollard, which y'all will draft another running back.
yeah,
We don't
they're
pay
not paying
running backs
Pollard.
anymore. We don't pay running backs anymore. Um CD, Parsons. Oh my god, Dig. Wait, they paid Diggs, I think.
I think they did. I
They
think they
paid
did.
Diggs already. Still, God. I
And
don't
then you
know.
also got to think about everybody else on top of that, right?
Yeah.
You gotta fill in all the
The O
gaps.
line, y'all got multiple O linemen, I'm sure, coming up. It's gonna be
Yep,
this
Travis Frederick.
this is the year, if anything. But that's not so that's back on the topic. My team that's gonna take a step back. Oh no. Do I want to say this?
I mean,
No.
we might as well put it out there, man. You know, you like first
Guys,
takes so much.
I've always been well no, I was gonna say Seattle. But at the
I
same
was
time, we got better, but it's my team. It's hard to say this, but I think that was Gino's peak. And can Gino do his peak 2 years in a row? I mean, I hope so. I mean, but our
he's
step
got
back, I think, I don't know. There are a lot of people saying that they think still make
who's y'all's backup?
playoffs. What's his name that was in Denver that Denver drafted, the young kid?
Simeon? No.
No, God, don't ever put that on us.
Paxton Lynch? I don't know.
No.
Denver just takes ultimate L's on drafting
I was
quarterbacks,
literally
honestly.
I was literally looking it up. The dude that was dancing on the sideline, QBs, Seahawks
Oh, no,
QBs,
still can't remember because y'all didn't take a
Drew
single
Lock.
quarterback. Okay.
So yeah, it's not looking
Yeah,
great.
they were supposed to compete for that starting job.
They were.
I
It
almost
looks
said
like
San Fran, but then I was like, it's never gonna happen, bro.
ooh,
Their
that
def their def
defense,
their
that
defense is too
defense.
good.
I still don't know if I want to say Seattle. I think I'm trying to look through everybody right now. I feel like New York is too much of an easy pick to be dead last in the division. Um, dang. The Bucks. There's my step back team. Like
That's
they
a
didn't
given.
do great last year, but I mean, now they're going to probably be the first pick in the draft next year.
Caleb Williams. I mean, they should tank, honestly.
Yeah.
Go get you
I
Caleb
mean,
Williams, and you're set for the next 10, 15 years at least
yeah.
if he can take care of the ball.
Yeah, I'll probably go. I mean, I'm going to go easy. I mean, it's a given, but I'm going to say Tampa Bay. I just think we have too much to. Our division is super good, but I feel like we have a team as long as
Yeah,
Gino does his thing.
I think the Rams are going to be back up there competing for a spot too.
Yeah.
Cardinals though.
We'll see how Matthew Stafford comes back, though. I mean, he's an older quarterback. You know, that
Yeah.
elbow issue really lingered for him last year, and they have a lot of deep ball guys. So he's always been a big cannon guy. So we'll see on that. So
Yep.
yeah, what I'll say, Bills and Bucks. We went the easy route in the NFC.
AFC, we went the easy route. Bills.
Yeah.
Uh,
So after that, it is we already ranked the random division.
we
So I think
can
we're into fan. Do you want to do something
Yep.
else NFL, or do you want to go into fantasy
No, we can do
rankings?
fantasy. We can do fantasy.
I do have sleeper pulled up over here.
That would be perfect. You can throw that up. We can even look at the teams.
Got to
Yeah.
adjust the
I can.
adjust the cameras. There we
I'll
go.
go first. I'll let you know who I think's the worst team. No disrespect to anybody in our league. No disrespect to anybody in our league. I want everybody to eat, but yeah, I mean, some teams just they're not there. You know.
Any given Sunday. There we go. Teams. Oh no, that's my team. I'll make our cameras a little bit smaller so they can see the. There we go. I'm having to split screen this. Boom. Lift that up a little bit more. All right, so league.
And you can go ahead and go click on who I think is gonna be last.
All
Because
right, it
I
is
know we
right.
agree. It's no disrespect to nobody in our league.
Oh, and it shows the team when you click on it too. Nice.
This team just isn't getting it done. I'm gonna keep it short and simple, because I don't want to be an asshole. And I want him to do better. But I mean, you can look at the team. We're not gonna spend more than 30 seconds on it. I think this team will finish last. He's got a solid quarterback, Zay Jones. But yeah.
I hate you.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to who I think will finish 11th place. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Team Smitty. That's who I got finishing 11th. And he's got solid players too, but y'all are gonna see he's got those first four positions are all solid, right?
They are. But then, like, if Gabe Davis was ever starting at wide receiver for me, I would probably be selling my team.
Dawson Knox, they just drafted a tight end first round.
Yep.
Brandon Cooks is solid. What's after Brandon Cooks?
Tyler Boyd.
No.
Third option.
Tucker solid.
Oh, another third option. Osborne.
Yep.
That is.
I mean, who's your bottom two? We'll go two at a time for both of us.
I mean,
I
got obviously Big Mac. I'm writing our rankings down so we can go back and look at this. So
and it's gonna get trust me, guys. Once we get to the top, it's gonna get interesting.
It is
Because there's some solid teams, and the top three
very
teams
solid.
aren't a given. They aren't a given. Anybody
Anyone
can win any
could
given
win this
Sunday.
division. You might be spot on with that 11. No, I think that team has too much like potential.
Too much top power.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you got, I know it's one quarterback, but when you got Mahomes, who's the #1 fantasy quarterback last year,
so you got to kind of look at it right now with no injuries too.
Yeah,
I probably got to go Smitty. Like, I thought it was a reach when I first looked at his team. That's actually a pretty good pick. I mean, Derrick Henry.
It's top heavy.
I mean, he's towards the end, so you never know what could happen this year.
He might not even make it through the
Yeah,
year.
you got Miles Sanders, who's never been. I mean, hey, look, Philly, I'm big on Miles Sanders lost y'all the Super Bowl because they couldn't get the run going.
And the defense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you can't sack the quarterback when you're the best D line in the league, that's insane to me. Not one of the best D lines ever, statistically.
It was top 3.
Josh
If
Allen's a good pick, but after that, I mean, Scary Terry is good, but what's crazy is if Washington would just get a quarterback, they have 3 amazing receivers. Like when you sit down and think about it, it's actually kind of crazy. Gabe Davis had one 4 touchdown game that has everyone putting him on the starting roster. Like you said, Dawson Knox,
you just drafted a tight
He's
end
he's
first
a
round.
he's a blocker now. Brandon Cooks. I'm big on Brandon Cooks in Dallas. I feel like that's a good pit, like good receiver. Then you have 2 number 3s and the GOAT in the league, Justin Tucker.
And Philly's defense, I think.
Yeah, Philly's
We
defense.
I know most leagues, I know most of y'all watching this, y'all probably don't run kickers or defense, but we did league votes and they wanted them to stay in, so
Yeah, we kept
we kept them in,
kickers
and we added
because
defense.
we're not just gonna look past how my boy Young Hoku does his thing. And we added defense. I'm okay with that. We'll see. Um,
Do you want to
so
do your
yeah.
9 and 10, or do you want me to do my 9 and 10?
So
Because I
Smitty
mean,
was my 11.
you might agree with me. I don't know.
So mine, I'll do 9 and 10, and then we'll do it kind of like a snake like
Go
type
ahead.
thing.
Hit 10 first.
So 10.
See, if you don't, oh, I don't want you to just agree with me because I already
Yeah.
did the order.
Um, mm, are we going with the assumption that Tyreek Hill's gonna miss time? I don't think it matters. I think. Hold on. I'll give. That's probably so.
I don't think he'll miss any time.
I
I
don't
think it'll be like
either.
a Kamara situation where it might be like a year before we ever hear anything about it.
Okay, so 10 is my boy Jordan. So 10 is Jordan. I mean, when we look at Jordan's team, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Hurt so good. I mean, Lamar, we're assuming I mean, I think we can all agree, hopefully a top 5 quarterback this year. Damian Harris, backup running back potentially. Dalvin Cook. They're like 10 good free agent running backs, so we don't even know what's going to happen there. Deontay Johnson, Debo, Darren Waller. Then you get down to the
Yeah.
flex makes or breaks teams.
And Smitty
Isaiah
might be better than
Hodgins.
him. Smitty's team might finish above
It
him. I'm not
might. It
saying,
really might.
but I mean, it's got good potential if
Yeah.
those running backs get playing time.
Yeah. Isaiah Hodgins, Odell, and Cordell Patterson. Oh, yeah, I would be putting Matt Collins in my flex position over him.
Okay, we got Sherfield.
Yeah. Yeah,
We'll
he's
see. I
there.
mean,
He's there.
him and Smitty might be
Yeah, that
I
could
mean,
go.
those got to be the bottom 3 regardless of
Yeah. He does
where
have
they finish.
he has a decent pick.
He has oh yeah, that's why I put him
Yeah,
10th.
I'd
I
say
have him 10th as well. He has the 5th, 8th,
5th.
and 10th pick,
Yeah,
I
he
think.
definitely some potential. So we'll have to see how that falls. More potential than Smitty. Um, shout out dad. Um,
He has a broken
9.
phone.
A broken what?
His phone's broke.
Great.
Yeah.
Um, I think I was about right on 9. I think on 9 I'm gonna go. Hold on, wait. I have to double check something real quick. Top 8 make playoffs, right?
6.
Top 6, okay.
The top 2 get a bye.
Where is? I was gonna look at H Town's team, but I think he's. Why am I not
Bubble.
seeing his team?
Who are you looking
There we
for?
go, CJ Stroud.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I think. I mean,
Mm.
That looking at that, hold on, I'm gonna look at that flex, then I'm gonna go
He
down
has
here
a
and I'm gonna
pick
look at this
too. He has the
flex.
sixth pick. He's
He
gonna be
does have
getting.
the 6th pick. Does Manny have a pick still?
No, but
Who's Manny's quarterbacks? All right, man. After looking at Manny's quarterbacks, Manny
he
is
has
going.
Kamara on the bench too.
Yeah,
So he's got. I mean, I don't know. It's
Manny has Kamara on the bench. Okay,
right now,
because
yes.
yeah, and he could go quarterback in the draft. Dang. Yeah, but he has D Hoppin, and if he, yeah, Tyler Lockett, Tyreek Dotson. Let's look at. I just feel like this team has too much potential.
You're gonna be surprised when I tell you my 9.
When I go, I'm doing Manny at 9 just because I don't know what's gonna happen with Kamara. Y'all know I'm big on assuming Kamara is not playing this at least 8 games. That's just my assumption. So right now Tyler has worst, Big Mac, 11, Smitty. I have Big Mac, Smitty, Jordan, Manny. I'm gonna let you get your 9 and or your 10 and 9.
Mitty at 11, Big Mac at 12. We got Jordan at 10. And if you can go ahead and click on my number 9,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Back Porch. I'm gonna go with Back Porch.
Ooh, that is a wrong one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah,
and there we go. I just, you know,
dang.
he's got solid pieces. Don't get me wrong, right? But he's banking a lot on these younger guys. He's got solid picks too. He's
Yeah.
banking a lot on these younger guys like Drake London, Swift still young, Gibbs, Dobbins. He just has too many young pieces in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean it's not like 9 is only 2-3 spots out of the playoffs. So I'm not saying he's gonna have a terrible year. He could go 7-7 and finish 9.
Yeah.
But I do have him finishing 9. Go look at his bench. Let me see his depth real quick. I mean,
Madison, Dylan.
he's got plenty of backs. It's his wide receivers that I worry about, honestly.
Yeah.
Drake London, Christian Kirk. Uh,
Who's
yeah,
his?
Elijah Moore. I mean, if I don't know, he's banking a
I
lot.
feel like he has
He's too many
Rob,
running
we love
backs.
you, but
Yeah, no
you you
disrespect.
you could you could you would 100% make playoffs.
If you can get
You
another
move one of
receiver,
these tight ends, bro.
I'd keep Hawkinson.
Yeah, I mean, but Cole Kmet has a lot of trade value right now. You could
That's
probably
exactly why
get,
I would trade him.
yeah, you could definitely, if you could get Ace, like you're going running back. Um, you have Swift. You're gonna go running back at 2. I'm 100% guaranteeing that. You could trade Commit in Madison to someone, bro, for a solid receiver. I like that. I like that pick.
Yep. So now we'll go 8-7. These are the last 2 teams that are not in the playoffs. We're gonna go with my fiance. She's in the league. Sarah Beth. I got her ranked 8. She does have good players. It's again the wide receivers and the tight ends that have me worried for her. Because you don't know what's gonna happen with Mike Evans, right? I don't know if Baker Mayfield can throw a 10-yard out route. I don't know. I don't know. Juju on the Patriots. I don't know if Juju can eat. Like I don't know if he can put up numbers like that anymore, or if he ever could. He had like one good year, I think, in Pittsburgh.
hmm
Zach Ertz is getting older, coming off an injury. Thielen, we don't know what Thielen's gonna do, or if he's gonna do. I mean, he might only put up 600 yards. He's getting older as well. They're a young team. She does have Javonte Williams coming back, but again, the running backs aren't the issues for me. It's the wide receivers and tight end that are, that cause concern for me. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on her. We'll go up to number 7. I have Manny. We've already kind of talked about it. 7's just right outside playoffs, and
hmm
literally, I have myself in playoffs, and I might not make playoffs. Like I have a really young team, so yeah, I'm not gonna spend. We just looked at Manny's team too. He's got Kamara on the bench, might miss time. He's got a quarterback issue. If Jimmy Garoppolo is not healthy for the beginning, then he's stuck with Baker Mayfield until Kyler Murray comes back. So yeah, he's got some issues too. But I have him 7. I have him 7. That's right on the outside. And literally 9, 8, 7 could all three make playoffs for all we know. So, but
Definitely,
we'll get
definitely.
into playoffs after Hunter names his 8 and 7, and you'll see exactly why we have them ranked the way we do, because it's pretty top. The teams are top heavy. Like the bad teams in the league are bad, really
Yes.
bad. So go ahead,
Yes.
Hunter. Go ahead and do your 8 and
So who
7.
was your I did miss your
9.
I didn't miss it. I think I forgot to write it down. Your 10.
My 10 was Jordan.
Jordan. Okay. Let
Yeah.
me Jordan. All right. So my 8 is gonna be I think I think you hit it pretty good with because your 8 was Sarah Beth, right?
Yeah.
The GOAT, the legend. So I agree with that. I think Sarah Beth at 8, like you said, a lot of potential. When we so set, I feel like so. What are we 7, 8, 9? Or are we calling 7, 8, 9 the bubble? That's like
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
could push it. Okay, cool. So like if you're in the bubble, that's good. Like you have potential to push in.
It's gonna take one injury and you could be a playoff team. That's all it takes. So
Yeah, or it
I'm
could
not being
take one injury and you could be a
out of the
bottom 3
playoffs.
team.
Yeah, I think those bottom three are kind of like in their own
Spectrum.
territory. I don't think any of the teams above them are
Yeah.
gonna hit that bottom three. I could be wrong though. All it takes is a H-Town move. Trading away all his best players to tank, and then trading
Yeah,
all his picks away to
definitely.
try to compete, and yada yada yada. So yeah,
Um my 7. mm,
you also got to think about Koi's picks. He's
Yeah,
got Bijan,
I know. It's
because
I can't
Rashad
even look at
Penny.
him.
I
Yeah,
saw
yeah, yeah,
Rashad
yeah.
Penny.
I was like, I gotta remember he has B John. He has B
I saw
John.
Rashad Penny, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go Rob at 7.
Who's your 9 again? Was it?
My 9 was Manny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where we differed. Um, just because well, he has 2 and 12. Yeah,
Uh,
and
you,
8.
but honestly, unless his 8 hits and it's a running back, right?
Yeah,
If he moves one of those running backs he has to Manny for like
yeah.
Devontae Smith, if he could get Devontae Smith, I think he's a top. I think he could have a good chance to compete. Honestly, he's missing like a star receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm big on Drake London coming into this year. That being said, you know you got to kind of be big on Desmond Ritter too, so that's going to be interesting. Christian Kirk, is Christian Kirk the one?
It's gonna be Ridley.
Yeah. Ridley's coming back. Ridley's coming back.
It should be Ridley.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
everyone's assuming it's gonna be Ridley.
Hopefully it's not over there. You know, placing
Gambling.
placing
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Rob at 7. I feel like that's a respectable spot for him. And I'll go ahead and go into 6. My phone's tripping now. It's gonna say an 8, but we're gonna put a 6 right there. 6, we're gonna go. So we're officially in playoffs. I feel like where is it? Not all right. So I'm gonna put you at 6. The only reason I'm gonna do that is because Ken Walker, I hope he eats this year. It's kind of going to be iffy because, you know, we drafted a running back pretty early. I think they're going to do the thing. He's going to get the touches in the yards. And I think, I can't even say homie's last name.
Who?
Yeah, the running back we drafted.
Oh, Charbonnet.
Yep.
Charbonnet?
Yeah, I think he's going
Charbonnet.
to
I
be
don't know.
I think he's going to get a lot of red zone touches. Jerry Judy, you know, potential is through the ceiling. We just don't know how Russ is going to be this year. I'm hoping we let Russ cook. Top tight end. Najee coming off in kind of an injury prone year, kind of a team identity year. Y'all know I'm not big on Cam Akers whatsoever at all. And yeah. We know who's getting replaced in the draft.
Well, let's go ahead and let's scroll down and let's let's look at the picks. Look at the picks. I also have some solid players on the
I forget you
bench
do have 3 picks.
in the top 7. And I'll go ahead and let it be known. I'm taking Jackson Smith and Jigba or Jameer Gibbs at 3, whichever one's available. I'm going to put this out there because when I get to my 7th pick, if somebody wants to reach and take who I'm taking at 7, that's fine because that means somebody that was below 7 is going to fall to me. So I'm taking Gibbs or Smith and Jigba at 3. I'm taking Jordan Addison at 4. And at 7, I'm taking Ken Walker's cuff. And if somebody wants to reach, that's fine. I'll take Zay Flowers or Quentin Johnston at 7 too. It's a win-win for me no matter what. So I
I
feel
like
like
that.
I
Okay,
got
so
I got a cuff. I got 2 solid receivers I'm adding as well. So
that changes a lot. Um so I'm actually going to put you at 5 because I forgot about your picks.
and I'll go ahead and
So
let you know I put myself at 5 as well.
so I'm going to put
I,
you at 5. Um who's my 6 going to be then? Let me look.
just want to say everybody in the chat, we appreciate you being here. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit the follow button. It's really appreciated. We're gonna do this every Monday at noon Central Time.
We will be
So
here.
yeah, we're gonna be uploading on TikTok. These are gonna be uploaded onto YouTube as well. We're gonna have a Twitter. We're gonna have a Twitter page made for this as well, and we're gonna have a Discord made as well. So yeah, we got some exciting things in the works. The plan is to have everything set up, running smooth by the time preseason gets here. So
Yes.
we appreciate everybody in here.
One of the homies at work said, "Y'all are any given Sunday. Why aren't y'all streaming this on Sunday?" Don't worry about that.
Sundays for football.
Don't
bro.
worry about that. Yeah. I said no. I said that's our league name. And I mean, any given Sunday, anything can happen on Sunday. So where is it? Where's my list? Where is my list? For 6, we are gonna go. I keep forgetting his team isn't named H Town.
That's who I have at 6 as well. So
Yeah,
we don't.
I'm gonna go H Town.
I'll name my 3 and 4 when you're done, but our 5 and 6 are the exact same. I feel like he's top heavy as well, but once you get to those flex spots, and that's what wins you leagues, just ask Richie James. You know, yeah, I feel
Oh
like your
god.
flex spots are going to be what wins you leagues, and he just, it's like Cortland Sutton and someone I can't think of who. Maybe it's Godwin. I think
I
Godwin's still
got you
going to be
right here. It's
solid, but I don't think
we got Godwin, Allen Lazard, and Corton Sutton.
Lazard. Like, I mean, he's missing. He does have the 6th pick, I think, though. So he's who's gonna be grabbing Zay Flowers, unless he grabs my running back's handcuff. Then I'll grab Zay Flowers. I have no
Nah, bro,
problem with
he's
that.
probably definitely gonna go.
Anthony Richardson, yeah.
No. Texans quarterback.
C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
He probably will, to be honest.
If H Town picks CJ Stroud, y'all listen to this. If H Town picks CJ Stroud at the 6th pick, we are
In a one
we are
quarterback league,
going live as soon as it happens.
we
For
might stream the draft.
yeah, we probably
honestly.
will stream the draft. That's actually a really good idea. But yeah, Jesus.
All right, let's go ahead and let's dive into the 3rd and 4th place teams, or these are where I think they'll finish, at least in the regular season. Maybe are we going regular season or in game?
Nah, regular season.
Okay, so at 4th, you go ahead and pull it up. I have Coy at 4th place. I mean, when you see his team, you are probably going to assume he'll be a top team. I think he lacks those flex positions. He doesn't have very much depth. So he's got Herbert, Jonathan Taylor. He'll be taking Bijan. He has Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Marquise Brown, and then that's where the fall off starts for those depth. I mean, you you can't have Corey Davis and DJ Chark and expect to win your league.
No.
Um, so I have him fourth though. He has his upside, like he has like top dynasty pieces. Does he have any extra picks? Or are they seconds?
They're seconds. So
If he has an early
probably
second, he could add a Josh Downs, a
mm,
Jonathan Mingo, and maybe those guys could be start.
yeah, he
So
might get someone. I would definitely get someone to go over Corey Davis.
yeah, I mean,
He's replacing Rashad Penny,
yeah.
obviously. So his real this has to get replaced. Let me make sure. I mean, he's gonna end up with Hunter Renfro right here, if anything, which isn't bad, depending who the quarterback
Who's throwing the
is.
ball? Jared Stidham again?
I
Like,
know. Yeah.
go look at his picks though. Show them his picks. This guy's been
Two.
fleecing, bro. How many firsts does he have next year? Like 5?
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to figure something out right here because this is insanity.
I mean, he's just gonna package 3 firsts, 4 firsts, and get Jefferson. That's what I would do if I was him.
I
If
mean,
you get
yeah.
Jefferson and you can keep one of your firsts, I mean,
The first moment Kelly loses 2 games in a row, I'm sending him every 24 first for Justin Jefferson.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet. I don't know. It's still a year out, so maybe that's why he
Yeah.
hasn't. But yeah, I got Coy at fourth, and at third we got. Go ahead and find him. He got second place in the league last year. Um,
Where's Kelso?
I mean, Mixon was gonna win you that game regardless. We gave Kelly the option, right? It was a 4-point game. Maybe it was a 1-point game actually. And then DeMar Hamlin's unfortunate injury happens, and that game gets called. Hunter's down 1 point. We gave Kelly the
Most
option. Hey,
immaculate comeback in fantasy history, by the way. We'll get into that at some point.
yeah. I mean, he's got a solid team, right? Stevenson, Pollard. I mean, either one of those guys could fall off this year, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Stevenson was good last year, but Patriots running backs are notorious for not producing. And I
Mm-hmm.
know he was good last year, but we don't know, right? We don't know. But he has Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, George Pickens, Njoku. I think is a sleeper tight end. I had him and I traded him. Uh, Justin Fields, obviously. He also, I mean, who's the other quarterbacks? He has other quarterbacks. He has Deshaun Watson, I think.
He does have
So
Watson,
he's
Sam
got,
Donald, Sam Howell.
yeah, he's good enough to finish top 3 again. So
Yes.
I think he'll be top 3 again. Me and Kelly, we kind of butt head last year, but it's a competitive league, so I expect it. But yeah, I wish the best to him this year as well. So we'll go ahead and get Hunter's 3 and 4 team, and then we'll go ahead and get his top 2 teams.
So we have at 4, I'm going to go. Okay. 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 I can't just keep looking at Corey Davis, bro.
League winner.
Yep. Hey, we've seen it before. Um, I mean, I hate to sit here and just keep agreeing with you because, I mean, but I mean, 4 and 3, that's pretty good, Coy. I mean, he's got some spots he has to make up for with Corey Davis. Kelly, solid team. But when I look at Kelly's team, it's more like, I mean, so I'm not a big Justin Fields believer. I mean,
That's fair.
he's a good fantasy quarterback. That doesn't make him a good quarterback. Um, for people on like so like basically what I'm saying is he's going to get you your points, he's going to get touchdowns, he's going to get a lot of rushing yards, a lot of rushing touchdowns. Now is DJ Moore going to eat off that? We'll have to see. I'm a big DJ Moore guy. I'm not a big Fields to DJ Moore guy. Tony, there's God,
You
5 6
can't you
mouths to
can't
feed in Kansas City.
you can't trust Kansas City
Yeah.
receivers until someone proves they're a number 1.
Yeah. George Pickens, I think he takes a step this year. I feel like that's a really,
I'm
really
big on
good
Pickens.
flex. I mean,
I've been trying to
Tony
get him.
Pollard. So I don't know if people don't realize this. Tony Pollard ate last year because Zeke was literally getting his ass whooped in the trenches. So when Pollard came in every down, fresh legs, I mean, halfway through the game, then he's gonna eat. Stevenson, we'll see how the Patriots do. We have them last. So yeah, I feel like in fact that's a really good three.
So it was for
Kelly.
Coy,
Yeah, four is Coy.
3 Kelly.
Yeah. So down to my two. Um
Top 2.
God, this makes me sick to my stomach. Uh
You know what? Let's go ahead and let me go first.
yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I won't lie. Whenever McMillan picked up Joe Burrow, I can't remember what he traded to get Joe Burrow. Doesn't matter. Um, I was like, you know what? Yeah, he's number one, right? He's got good players, good depth. He has good players on his taxi. And then I looked at Hunter's team again last night, and I realized, Hunter actually he's got a really good team as well. I think both of these teams could both easily win what it's 14 regular season games. Both these teams might win 12 games, 12, 13 games. I don't know. I think there's a gap. I think there's McMillan, there's Hunter, then there's everyone else. I still went McMillan at 1 just because his running. I mean, look at his entire team outside of maybe Evan Ingram, but Evan Ingram was eating last year too. I think he had a 40-point fantasy game.
Yep.
Um, I think
That's
it's going to come down
insane. Did he
to
really?
yes. I don't remember. It might have been 30, but either way, he had a really good game. I just think when it comes down to it, McMillan has better flex options. And like I've said, that's what's going to win you the league, right? I feel like, and I feel like when you break it down, right, who has the better quarterback, Burrow or Hurts? Let's say they cancel each other out. No, there's no Aaron Hernandez. Um, running backs, I'm going to go McMillan. He has CMC, Eckler. Hunter has Mixon, Saquon. Wide
Yeah, I
receivers.
I was gonna say like I completely messed Sleeper up somehow. Awesome.
Just when you break it down, I feel like you got to break it down by position. I feel like the quarterbacks cancel each other out. McMillan has the better running backs,
So the thing
receivers.
on the running backs is, bro, my sleeper completely lost its mind. I I think he does have potentially the better running backs. Where is it? League. Boom. No.
I mean, it would take a CMC or Eckler injury or one of them falling off for him not to have better running backs, in my opinion. They just produce
I
too
think
much.
they both like we both have the same concerns at running back though. So like
Yeah.
CMC injury, Barkley injury. The CMC and Barkley can be
Mm.
1 and 2, but barring injury, Eckler, I mean, that's where the fall off is. Joe Mixon isn't going to produce like Eckler because Joe Burrow has 500 targets. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think
I feel like,
does he
in
have
my
picks?
opinion, McMillan.
No, not really. I mean, he has, second
Yeah.
rounds.
I just feel like he has the better. I feel like when you compare you two, you got to group it like, who has better quarterback, even better running backs. I'm going McMillan. Better starting 2 wide receivers. I'm going McMillan. Better tight end. I'm gonna go you. Better flex options. I'm gonna go you. Better kicker. Let me look real quick. I feel like the Raiders are going to kick more field goals than the Falcons this year, personally. I think the Falcons are going to score more touchdowns than they usually do this year. He has the Dolphins defense. You have the Seahawks
Seahawks.
defense. I don't know. I just feel like when you group it together like the way I just did, by positions, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex, uh, I just feel like he has a slight edge. I don't think it would be a blowout or anything. I think it'd be a very close championship game if y'all play in the championship. Um, I just feel like he has a slight edge personally. So I went McMillan at 1, you at 2, Kelly at 3, Coy at 4. I did myself at 5, H Town at 6, Manny at 7, Sarah Beth at 8, Rob at 9, Jordan at 10, my dad at 11, and then Big Mac at 12. So that's my top 12. There's my standings for this upcoming season. So
All right. So I'm gonna get into my 2 and 1. 2. I'm going McMillan
as expected.
because I'm
I don't
getting.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I'm going for 2 of this league, number 3 in
3 in a row.
total. Um, I mean, but see, I'd kind of have my um, I do have my reasoning behind it. I'm not trying to just be cocky. I told y'all I think Diggs is going to be a problem this year in the locker room. I don't think Diggs will stay on the Bills. Now, if they get him moved before training camp starts, then I would be, or well, they get deep into practices and stuff, then that might be different because it might have an AJ Brown effect. That would make me sick to my stomach. Ingram, good. I mean, I still think I have the better tight end, barring staying healthy. Calvin Ridley, we'll see how he comes back. Pittman, I was always big on Pittman. Pittman's a big make it or break it guy.
And he has Richardson throwing the ball, who only completed 50% of his passes in college last year.
Tyler
That's something to
loves
think
to bring
about.
that up.
It's an easier level, and you
It
couldn't.
is. It
He's a good
is.
runner. I mean, I'll give him that. I didn't look at depth. I didn't look at bench, but everything you just said, I agreed with. I gave him I gave you the edge on
Mhm.
tight end, on flex, on kicker. I gave to him, but I mean, either kickers could cancel each other out. You really don't know with kickers.
Yeah.
I gave him the better defense, though. They added Ramsey on the Dolphins defense. Who has the
Yes.
better bench, though? I mean,
I
who has better running back depth?
I think I have better running back depth. I mean, so here's a big guy he has on his bench that I went really late in our other draft
Yeah.
that we will talk to y'all about next week. Uh Deontay Foreman is a big guy that is they're looking to take, that number 1 spot. They also drafted a guy that is the exact same size as him, weight, everything. So they'll be fighting for that. They said he is the leader coming into like training camp though. Other than that though, I mean, that's his really own, like if he has a running back injury, he is down terrible. Like if CMC's out and Foreman doesn't take that backfield, he has no other back.
Yep. These are all barring injury as well. We
Yeah.
really don't know.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
mean, it's hard to say that,
Yeah.
but since we're talking about depth, let's go look at me. Y'all know, I pride myself on my running back depth, and I mean, where is it, Mister Back to Back, Mister Back to Back. So I've Ty Montgomery, who could at least take the backup role in New England. We don't know where Kareem Hunt's going to go. I have Jamal Williams, could potentially be running back 1. If he's not, I still think he gets. It's kind of hard to say on the Saints because Kamara is such a good red zone back. So we'll see if he stays, productive like he did on the Lions. I went and picked up Saquon's cuff just in case. I was glad when Kelly dropped him. I was like, thank God. Richie James, who I believe is going to be running back 1, but he's going to be more of a receiving back. But not Richie James, Jesus.
I was like,
Um,
wait, huh?
no. I meant James Cook. I meant James Cook. I think I saw the blue jersey. James Cook, I think is going to be running back 1, but I think they're going to run. James Cook is going to be that receipt, kind of like how Swift and Williams were for the Lions. I think it'll kind of be like that. So I feel like I'm better off with a running back injury than he would be.
That's fair. And what's he gonna do during his bye week? That's a good question.
Yeah,
During both bye weeks, I mean, he's got a good enough team where he probably could survive if he's playing a
yeah.
bottom team, but
Bye
he's playing a
weeks
tough
won't
team that
really
week.
hurt us too much. I think injury would just decimate him at running back. I mean, I have some good. I feel like I have better wide receiver depth too. I mean, Curtis Samuel, not bad.
Richie James won you a league,
Richie
won you a
James
playoff.
won me a playoff game. Um, this is one I'm holding on to. We'll see. I'm not a big Kyler guy. Other than that, I mean, we can say I just have better wide receiver depth. I think, like
and,
when you
and
look
running
at the
back.
starters, like yeah, I think I have better depth. That's why I went me 1 and him at 2. I mean, he
Yep.
has second round picks. I have no picks. If I had a second round pick, all I would do is probably draft. I mean, I don't want to say it because I could still move in a second, but I would probably just draft Mixon's handcuff.
You probably get that in the third. I mean, as of right now, anything can
Yeah,
change by the time we
yeah.
draft, and we draft right before season starts, like the week of.
Zeke is him. We got comments in the chat saying Zeke is him. So, someone needs to let Minshew cook at quarterback. Yeah, if Minshew's cooking at quarterback, something bad happened. I guess something bad did happen because he was cooking at quarterback last year.
That's fair.
Um,
For 3 games, he won you a
Zeke,
championship. I mean, he was your quarterback on your championship team.
yeah, he did get me through a week. Zeke is him. Yeah, Zeke needs to find a team. So just to recap everything, this is Tyler's rankings from worst to first. We got Big Mac at 12, Smitty, Jordan at 10, Back Porch Dad 9, Sarah Beth 8, Manny 7, H Town 6, Tyler 5, Coy 4, Kelly 3, me 2, McMillan 1. Then 12 for me, Big Mac, Smitty, Jordan, Manny, Sarah Beth, Rob, H Town, Tyler, Coy, Kelly, McMillan, and then me. So those
It's
are our,
solid.
yeah. I mean, I think
I think after the draft, we'll come back on here.
yeah,
We'll
we'll
rank them one more
revisit it for
time. Maybe not
sure.
as much in depth, but
Yeah, we'll see. We'll keep this list. Brandon Pullen is #1 free agent. Look him up. Okay, so I know who this is now. Oh Lord.
is that Lewis? I don't even
Nah,
know.
no, that's not Lewis. That's the coworker that I was telling you said, why aren't y'all doing it on Sunday?
Okay.
um
Let's
yeah.
do let's all right. We're gonna wrap up football here, and let's transition into NBA free agency.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up. Oh no, not big NBA fights. Big NBA free agency.
Just vibing on stream.
Right? All right. Do we have anything? Of course, it just didn't pull up a list. Free
Type in
aid.
NBA free agency tracker. That's yeah.
There we go. All right. So, $200 million club. All right, guys. So, like you said, we are off the fantasy. I appreciate everybody that stopped by for football. When we break these videos up, we'll probably do a full podcast. Then we'll break it up: fantasy, football, basketball, UFC. I want to see some trashy fights. Oh, you'll see some trashy fights.
You will just watch the fights Saturday.
Yep. Oh God.
Stay tuned. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we will definitely be getting into that. $200 million club. So guys, I'm a very big. I'll say I'm more knowledgeable on NBA than the casual person. I won't say I'm a huge expert. Um, I didn't know Tyrese Halliburton was already up for a contract. I thought was he when did he get drafted?
He didn't get drafted too long ago. I'm pretty
It was
sure they
like
just
2 years,
he
right?
was just eligible for an extension, I
Okay.
believe, because he started out on the Kings and then they traded him
Did
to the
he?
Pacers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So $200 million club. We got Tyrese Halliburton, 5-year, $260 million supermax for the Pacers. Poor man. I mean, the only thing I've ever seen the Pacers do is get beat by LeBron in my lifetime. Do you think that's a good signing?
Yeah, I mean he's
It's
young, he's very
young,
talented.
some
I
good
mean
young talent.
they'll throw around 80 million to somebody, some bum like Dylan Brooks, but if they're giving you
Uh,
200 plus million,
where did
you
Dylan
know,
Brooks got signed somewhere? Where'd he
he's a
go?
Rocket. He went
He's
to
a
the
Rocket.
Rockets.
It's
hmm
unfortunate.
Also Fred Van Fleet though. I mean, they got a couple nice pickups over
Yeah.
there in Houston.
I
So
think we'll get into Houston in a minute because I have my own thoughts on them. Desmond Bain, little short arm guy, 207 million Memphis Grizzlies. Like this is his like second year. Um, I think it's good they locked him up. They signed Derrick Rose, didn't they?
yes,
Guns and Roses, baby. Let's get it. I'm hoping that honestly, good bench signing. I really think they brought him in to help um
mentor.
mentor Jaw. So LaMelo Ball obviously got a bag. I'm sad he's staying on the Hornets. Um, you know,
Unless they can build around him, hopefully.
yeah. Um Sabonis was huge for the Kings. I talked to my coworkers a lot about basketball as well. I think this is the first time I've ever seen the Kings be good since I've started watching basketball or since I've been alive that I can recollect. When did they win the finals? What was it like? Was it 2006?
They didn't win the finals. The
They
Kings,
didn't win it?
Kings. I don't know if they've ever won it. They went in 2002 or some
2002?
2004. They
Okay.
got swept by the Lakers or something like that. I don't know. They played the Lakers
Yeah,
last
they
time they
just
made
weren't supposed to
playoffs.
be there though. The Kings are $1 million, $100 million club. We're not going to talk about Portland because they're about to be irrelevant.
Yep.
Hopefully, please. I've been talking about it for years. They finally let Bradley Beal go. The Washington did. He kind of shot him and um Bradley Beal and Dame make me so mad because they do it to themselves. They want to be. You can't be loyal, guys, in this NBA environment because then teams are not going to build around you.
The game has changed.
Yes. Van Fleet to the Rockets, solid signing. So I feel like the Rockets are they're getting better, but I feel like it's weird because I feel like them and OKC kind of started that rebuild at the same time. And OKC is kind of like this, and the Rockets are just slowly moving up. OKC has some killers.
I mean, we'll see what
Make
Chet
sure you
Holmgren can do when he's finally healthy.
the Rockets are essentially the same as the Sonics, bro. Irrelevant nonsense. And then into a big signing, which I don't know. I'm not too familiar with signing trades in the NBA, so I don't know if 3 year, $126 million would be a sign and trade contract.
No, they would have already traded him if they did a
You
sign and
think?
trade.
Okay.
Yeah, he's here to stay, and we'll we'll dive in that just a little bit. I think the Kyrie resigning is huge. I think him and Luka didn't even get time to gel.
Definitely.
And they, I mean, they need to add a big man. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
what they're
Do we
missing.
know who they drafted? Do you know who they drafted?
I can't think of his name on top of my head, but he's supposed to be pretty solid. I think they had 2 first round picks. I know they traded back from 10 to 12, and then they
Did
also
they?
had
Okay.
they traded up for a pick like pick 24 or something like that. So they drafted a couple of good guys, but NBA is way different than NFL. You don't unless you're like a lottery pick, a top lottery pick, you don't see those 1st round picks go out there and just ball out first year. So
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see. I think they'll be back in
definitely.
playoffs next year for sure.
I hope so. I mean, all right. So don't talk bad about my Mavs. I mean, we're not. I think this is my controversial statement. I think they lost on purpose to keep that pick.
Well, at the
But then they
end,
traded back. But then they wouldn't have had the option to trade back, even if,
them trading back was actually smart because they
yeah,
ended up trading away. I don't know. Can't remember who it was. I think it was Bertans. They ended up trading him away and freeing up cap space in doing so. So, did they get anything extra, like a pick or anything, out of trading back? No, but they freed up some contract. They freed up some cap space
yeah,
by trading back 2 picks.
which basically got them to keep Kyrie, I believe. Yeah, like you said, they do need a big man though. Cam Johnson staying with the Nets. The Nets are just going to be down bad. I mean, they knew that when they traded everybody. Chris Middleton staying with the Milwaukee Bucks. That's huge for them. Good two-way player. I thought he was going to leave, honestly. We got Kyle Kuzma with the Wizards. I mean, he found his bag and he ran with it, so I applaud that. Draymond, so everyone's like, Draymond's not worth 100 mil. Draymond's not good enough.
Draymond's got 4 rings.
He does. I mean, Draymond might not be worth 100 mil to a team like
The Rockets.
the Rockets or OKC. He's worth 100 mil to the Warriors. I mean,
Right.
regardless of what you say, he was a very, very key player in all of those rings, every one of them. And y'all know I'm a huge LeBron fan, but if Draymond doesn't get suspended, it still could have been different. I mean,
Could have been.
yeah, but it wasn't. So,
You know, he came back and they still lost the last 2 games. So.
yes.
But I mean, very well.
I
Had
mean,
he played
yeah.
that game, I
Key
mean,
guy.
LeBron might not even be in the conversation, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think he's the GOAT, and that's fine. Everyone has their own opinion, but
You're wrong. But
greatest comeback of all time. So
I don't think we're gonna look at some comments real quick. I don't think the Kyrie and Lucas situation works. Kyrie is a vet who thinks he's still young, where Luka needs to be on the lead instead of Kyrie. Kyrie comes with a lot of controversy. Because what is Kyrie? I was thinking about this the other day. What has Kyrie done since he left LeBron? He failed on the Celtics.
that was 7 years ago.
Yeah, the Nets failed.
I'll say this. If Kyrie can play it at that high level that we've seen him play at before, I think that can work, because if you're watching like the Nuggets, for instance, yes, they had good shooters and good defense around them, but when it came down to it, like the biggest moments in the game, you were watching Jokic and Jamal Murray go to work. So I feel like we're kind of in a day and age where, you know, 2 top guys can get it done. We'll see. But that all comes down to Kyrie, right? Can he keep his stuff together? Can he perform? That's yet to be seen. But yeah, I mean, I want the Mavs to have a good year. So
I hope they do too. Staying put. Russ is staying with the Clippers. I think that's 2-year, $8 million. I think he's going to help them a lot. I think there was a lot of talk about them moving Paul George, so we'll see if that happens. But Kawhi said he's good to go 82 games. I mean, have we ever seen Kawhi play 82 games? I mean,
I don't know.
is
Honestly,
this going to be the year? I don't think so. But
it's been 5 years since he won a ring, right? Wasn't it 2018 or was it
yeah.
2019?
Is this
I mean, either way.
are all these injuries diminishing his Hall of Fame value, or do you think he's
Nah.
locked? Do you think he's locked in there?
2 rings, 2 Finals MVPs. I mean,
Yeah.
for NBA, that's all they care about is, for the most part, is rings. Here's something we can talk about that, you know. Let's talk about this. Damian Lillard's trade request. What do we think about that? Where do we think he's going? Because I'll say this right now. Everyone thinks he's going to Miami, and he might be. But it really depends on Portland, because Portland wants to get a star in return, even if it means not sending him to Miami. They've came out and said that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who do you think's a good fit for Damian Lillard? Like, who do you think they could trade
another
him?
team.
Where do you think they could trade him and get the value they're looking for in return back?
Trade Dame. You got to get a bunch of young guys somehow, because they're going to want to build around their new guy. God. That's a good question. That's hard. Because I mean, OKC. I mean,
maybe.
yeah.
I mean, what is OKC going to get back for an older guy when they're still rebuilding?
True. Rockets. I don't know.
What
He's gonna want to go somewhere like the Lake. I'm sure he has a no trade clause, so he's gonna get to pick where he goes.
What
But
about Minnesota? How would you feel about that?
Who's in Minnesota? Oh
I
yeah,
mean, Anthony Edwards. I mean,
true.
they
That
got
would be a good pick. Yeah, Cat said he could win the finals if they'd let him run the offense. So that's a good.
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of small. Jesus, a lot of smaller signings. We'll run through these. I mean, Austin Reeves got more money than I think he deserved. I mean, I get,
I
but I mean,
mean,
he's pretty vital to that. I guess
everyone
it's kind of
gets.
how you look at how I look at Draymond. You kind of got to look at Austin Reeves because he was, a key
I,
point
bet-
to that team.
I was about to say everyone gets
Yeah,
15 or 20 million
yeah.
now.
D'Angelo
So
Russell staying with the Lakers. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm glad. This is what I'm happy about. Hachimura staying with the Lakers. Clarkson extension with the Jazz. Van Fleet,
yeah,
Cleveland, or
bunch
not
of
Van
bunch of role
Fleet, Levert.
players.
Yeah, but bunch of like regular signings right here.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
DeAndre Jordan with the Nuggets. Finally got a ring, baby. Let's go. That's all the big signings, and we won't harp on NBA too long. Gabe Vincent's and feel like is a huge signing for the Lakers. Um, anything
Torian
else? Yeah,
Prince. I mean,
Cam Reddish is a good signing. Like we said, Derrick Rose is a good signing for the Grizzlies. Um, yeah, I think that's all the pretty good. Um, extended his. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we'll talk about where
yeah,
James Harden's going to go another day. I think it's going to be a big pick trade. 13 first for Dame. Jesus, it's going to be 44 thirds. All right. So, I mean, is there anything else you want to say NBA wise, or you think we kind of
no,
hit
I mean, we've hit all the big news so far. So I mean, we can go ahead and shift it to our last topic of the day.
UFC? Shout out Dana. Shout out Proper
Arguably,
12.
arguably my favorite sport. I mean, it's up there with NFL. I mean, it's those are like top
Definitely.
two. I mean, it's above NBA for me.
And
I
it's
always
all
look
year
forward to the
round.
fights.
It's all
Exactly.
year round. Gotta love that. Um, we're not gonna try to keep it too much longer. We're probably gonna what we'll do.
Hit,
We'll probably
hit the big
we're gonna
fights.
hit we're gonna hit the big fight. Let's see if there's any. We'll skip the early prelims. We'll see if there's any good prelims. Jimmy Crute, Alonzo Minifield. That's gonna be a banger. That'll be a
Yep,
pretty
Minifield's
decent
got
fight.
knockout power.
Yeah.
So, and he's from
Um.
Dallas. He's from
Yep.
Dallas.
Yep. The negative is favored, right?
Yeah,
So
yep, yep.
Jimmy Crute is favored in that. I think
I
he's coming. They're both coming off wins. I think.
I think
Um,
Minifield's probably gonna knock him out, but we'll see.
yeah, I
'Cause,
do too.
the thing with guys like that is you're either gonna knock him out or you're gonna lose a decision. So
This will be a good fight. Sean Brady and Jack Della.
Brady's not fighting.
He's not.
He has something wrong with his elbow, like something.
Dang.
Yeah. So
I saw they were gonna have someone step in now.
I don't know who it is. Honestly, I don't know who's fighting that guy now. But it's not Sean Brady. I was looking forward to that fight because I mean Sean Brady, even though he lost to Bilal Muhammad his last fight, he's still a good fighter.
Oh,
So
definitely. Robbie Lawler and Nico Price. I actually, when I was looking through the fights the other day, didn't see this. This will be a banger. Nico Price is favored. I mean, he'll probably win. Robbie's been kind of, I mean, he's one of
on his
those
way out.
guys now. Yeah, he's just fighting because he loves the game, and I respect it. Big love for Ruthless. Nico Price is one of those guys trying to make his way up in the rankings.
Yep.
On to the main card. Uh, I feel like I've seen this guy fight before, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah, I just looked at the odds. That's actually insanity. Bo Nickel is a demon, and I'm ready for him to. Why does he look like Carson Wentz? Anyways, I'm ready for him to murder some more people, so we can see. I want to see Bo. I don't even know if they're the same. Is he even in the same weight class as
He's
Hamzat?
one. He's 185. So yeah,
Okay, well, we need Bo Nickel and Hamzat
for the
eventually,
interim
both
belt.
in their prime, please. Um, this is insanity. This is
Yeah,
insane. 13.
that's Amanda Nunez
That might
kind
be
of
the best
favoritism.
odds I've ever seen.
That's Chef shit. Nope, nope. Trust me, we've seen higher. I think Nunez was a bigger favorite against Old
Was it
World
like
Elite.
1500 or something?
I've seen people as high as like 1800, 2000.
That's insane. Um, Jalil Turner, Dan Hooker.
That's gonna be a good fight.
That is going to be a really
They
good
have
fight.
they have like identical. I mean,
Hmm.
literally same fighting style. It's gonna be a striking bout. So
Definitely. Um, I, it's hard for me to pick. I mean, that's 10 and 11.
I'm
So,
going Turner just because he's younger, longer.
well, then I'm going to
Probably
go Dan.
probably has more power. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. It's
Just,
hard to keep up with who Jalen Turner fights because he's usually on the prelims.
yeah.
But yeah,
I'm going to go good old Dan. Robert Whitaker.
I'm
This will
very
be a
excited
good
for this
fight.
one
Yeah, this will
because
be a good one.
Duplessis is he's a good fighter as well. Whitaker's not a stepping stone though, so
No, Whitaker's a demon. Izzy's
we'll go ahead and get
just
that out of the
built
way.
different. Izzy's just a
So
menace. If Whitaker wins this, do we see another Izzy Whitaker?
it would be after. I think Izzy's gonna fight Strickland. It's a good fight to make, honestly.
Yeah, then yeah. I mean, God. I want Whitaker to win. I kind of want this guy to win so we can see Izzy fight someone new after Strickland, but we'll see. In the main, well, the co-main, right? Yeah, co-main. We have Alexander. Yeah, we got
Pantoja.
Alexandre. Um,
Pantoja.
yeah, who
I
has
don't know.
apparently beat Brandon Moreno before.
Yep. This is a trilogy. This is a third
Is this
fight.
a trilogy? So it's
This
one
is
and
the third
one.
time. I'm like 95% sure.
That should be good. Brazilian, so maybe we'll see some jujitsu.
You never know
Um,
what you see with or Moreno can do it all.
yeah, it'll be a good fight. I really like Moreno.
Yep, he lost by decision the last time, and maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Wait, here we go. Yeah, they fought in Ultimate Fighter Season 4 opening round,
Ooh.
day 1. Actually, Moreno's lost both fights. One by decision, one by rear naked choke.
Oh no. This could be a
So it's a trilogy.
yeah.
Pantoja. All right, Pantoja.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I know how to say it. I have actually never seen this guy fight, so I'm actually
I
maybe I'll go
haven't
watch
either.
some.
Yeah. Then the
Here we
main
go.
event, we got potentially, since the Usman fall off, the GOAT. We'll say the current number one pound for pound.
You know, a lot of people
Um
are speculating that Volkanovski is going to get knocked out the same way that Usman did by leaning into a kick. So
I
I
feel
don't think
like
it's going to happen though.
maybe later in his career, but I feel like he's still got some dog in him. Um,
Hasn't taken a lot
People
of
don't realize
punishment.
Usman went through a lot. I mean, Usman went through killers. I mean, Volk is going through killers right now, but Usman's been fighting killers for
His whole career.
his whole career.
I mean,
Um,
he fought Leon before Leon was Leon. You know.
yeah, I think we're about to see a um, what is it? An Izzy type thing where Volk is literally going to run through everyone in the division, and then
He already has.
yeah, I mean,
I just don't see how Yair can do anything that Volk hasn't seen because Yair Rodriguez lost to Max Holloway. Like,
yeah, I mean, they can sit here and box, and if Volk even felt scared, he would just take him down and maul
yeah,
him. I mean, we saw that. I mean, when he took down controversial statement, Volk beat Islam in my opinion. When he took
it,
Islam down, I mean that's got to scare some people.
you know the most trouble Volkanovski was ever in against Islam was on the feet.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, like when Islam was popping him with his jab, Volk was reacting. You know, like he was feeling some power. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which I don't think Volk's. I think Volk will be fine though.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
but yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Good card,
Definitely.
really good card, honestly.
Absolutely.
Prelims throughout.
It's gonna be a really good one. Let me check, see if we got any. That's where you got the pronunciation of it. Don't you talk on Lawler like that? I need to bet on Gore. Pantoja. Better get tipped good. All right, guys. I think we hit all of our key points today. Make sure y'all follow. We are going to upload on TikTok, YouTube, any given Sunday. We appreciate y'all. 9 viewers to 11 viewers on our first stream is amazing. Make sure y'all drop a follow. Like we said, we are going to be live every Tuesday. Monday? What's today? Monday. I'm sorry. I don't get a lot of sleep. I mean, I get too much sleep sometimes. We're going to be live every Monday at noon, talking about fantasy.